Hello, hello. I hope everyone had a wonderful spring break, hopefully some time off of technology, hopefully relaxing at least for a little bit. Hopefully you got to spend some quality time with family or play games with friends online. However you spent it, I hope it was well spent. Um, and welcome back. I am excited to hopefully see your faces this week in one way, shape, or form. Um, but I thought I would give you a little quick intro and welcome as we come back from spring break. So I'm on our 8A Learning Days checklist and calendar. That's where we've been going for all of our lessons. And you can see today we have a bell ringer. You guys know how to do that. If I haven't already gone in and looked at some of it and left comments, expect me to do that sometime this week. And then we're going to start reading, describing, and measuring motion. And then we have a textbook activity guide in Google Classroom. I am walking you through this now because it is important that you start your textbook activity guide before you read. So it's why I am making this video, and I'm going to walk you through part of that. But all of this is linked in Google Classroom today, as well as BB9 if you prefer to go there. I have it linked there as well, but it is mostly on Google Classroom. So here's the actual post. I have the make a copy set. So this is going to give you your own copy with your name on it. Please do not delete it. Please do not make another copy of it. Just go ahead and write in that doc. And then I have a PDF of our textbook activity guide. We're not reading a whole section of the textbook. We're reading about a half a section. It's chapter 1, half of section 1. And if you prefer to read it on your own, this is a PDF. It's copied pages of the textbook so you can read through it on your own. If you are somebody who you need a little bit of more support there, I have an audio copy, a video copy of me reading through that text. So that is there for you as well. That's something you can always pause as you go, as you're going to have to read a little and then respond on that textbook activity guide. All right, so here is your actual textbook activity guide. I have gone through, and there are still some things as I'm recording this video that I haven't completely finalized on here, so you might notice that as I'm talking through it. It is going to be finalized by the time that you actually go through and do it. So the purpose for reading this is we're actually going to apply a lot of the concepts that we're learning about here in this reading to those things that we are doing more lab-like materials. So we're actually going to apply this as early as tomorrow in kind of a lab setting, and we're going to talk about how we can calculate the things that we're talking about, what the main concepts are, and how we can apply them. So it's really important that we are engaging with this reading. I wouldn't have picked it if I didn't think it was important and I didn't think it was good. Okay. So I have some weird directions with this, which is part of the reason I'm walking through this video. This isn't something that I'm going to hand you the whole textbook and say, all right, good luck, go do it. So couple instructions. And like I said, it's not entirely finished, but here are the big points. Number 1, skip the first subtitled section. Skip the first subtitled section. It is not important. It is fluff. It is not necessary to what we're doing. It is creative narrative writing, and it is not at all related to science. Okay. Second thing, I am going to teach you a skill called stoplight speeds, which is basically going to tell you where you need to focus your time and where you don't need to focus your time. And then use this sheet as a guide as you go. I have tried to go ahead and put as many instructions in here as I can so that you get all of the information that you need. So, part 1, before you read. If it is in yellow, that is my example to you. You don't need to do that. So this is that weird off-colored yellow. Those are all my examples. I have subtitles here, and they're color-coded to match those of the book. Okay. And page numbers there for you as well. So before you read, turn to each of the subtitles, these ones here, into as many questions as you think make scientific sense to answer. So I have examples. Okay. Look at my examples, and then I want you to go ahead and write your own. Then as you read, here we have our stoplights coming in. So I'll space this out so it's on a separate page for you. You're going to look at each bolded word or phrase, and then you are either going to define that bolded word or phrase, or tell me the most important thing that you learned in that section. Okay, we're building that knowledge up now so that you can apply it later. Again, as early as tomorrow, we're going to start applying these concepts. So here are my stoplights, and here's what they mean. So green means go. Skim it. Go quickly. It is not super important. You do need to know like 1 or 2 important things in there, but for the most part, it could be review. It could be stuff that really just doesn't take that much time. Okay. So notice the first section you're reading is green. Go quickly through it. From there, the next section is yellow, meaning, okay, you're going to probably want to read it. It should be a little bit easier to understand, but it's not something that you have to closely read. And then finally, our reds, our constant speed and average speed. These are red because they have mathematical calculations in it. If you are somebody who's really good at math, this might come easy to you. If you're somebody like me who's like, I don't know about math, I don't know how I feel about it, this might be a section that you actually have to stop, take the time, closely read it, and figure out what they're trying to say and how they're calculating what they're calculating. As for the things on the side, like the graphs, the sidebars, that kind of stuff, you do not need to worry about that. Sorry. You don't need to worry about a lot of that. That is more so there if you want to look at it, but it does not really contribute to the information we're learning. I think there's a picture of a horse in one of them. I read through that. Not super pertinent to what we're doing. And then finally, after you read several questions, you pick one of those questions you did at the beginning, copy and paste it in there, and then answer it. So notice in my example, I copied and pasted it right here. And then I answered it on the other side. If you think you can't answer any of your questions, tell me why you can't answer your question. Tell me what you expected and then what you would need to answer it. And then they are all down here for you to do as well. I know this is a little more than what we've been doing in the past. I know that this is a little different than something we've done before. However, I would not have assigned this to you if I didn't think it had value. We're going to start applying these concepts tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. I know this is going to take a little bit more time. Reach out to me, but you guys have got this. I wouldn't have chosen it if I didn't think it was important and you couldn't do it. You guys got this.